Hello, and this is the Warpforge with another Ave Dominus Nox project update. So yeah, as you can see, these are Centurion armoured with Chaos Marines in. So what do they represent? Well, by the amount of guns, as you've probably seen, this one's the leader. These are Oblitorators that I've converted. Now, as you can see, you've got blobs of blue tack on the bases. I'm leaving them off the bases, and I'm going to be leaving them off for a good solid year, because let's be honest, people. Supposedly, the rumours suggest next year, 2017, early January, February 2017, Chaos is getting a new book, apparently. So when Chaos gets a new book, they're obviously going to have new Obliterator Mutilate models as a dual combo kit, because let's be honest, they've done that with the Venanthropes and the Zoanthropes before. They've been known to do it with multiple other items. Let's just be honest here, they're going to do it. They're going to remake those models because they need a huge overhaul on the whole Chaos range now. It's getting that dated, and that upgrade pack like from Finecast, that they need an overhaul in plastic, because that's what all other codexes seem to have. Space Wolves get the upgrade pack, and very little is now resin as well. So especially when they keep on using plastic for clamp packs now and stuff. So the Finecast, I would say, has officially died out. They're replacing slowly everything from metal to resin to plastic now. So, without further ado, I'll go into each one separately. So I'll cut. So as we can see here, we have the Champion, and I'm calling him the Champion because he's got the most weapons slapped on. He was also the first one I built. I wasn't incredibly happy with him, but that's because I didn't really think, well, I sort of thought about it, but I just thought, how can I make it look obliterary-like? So, as you can see, while WYSIWYG, I tried to go really WYSIWYG with this one, and WYSIWYG is short for what you see is what you get, for those who don't know. I kind of went with like the whole who'd you call him? Not Val Kilmer. George Clooney, yes, the George Clooney bat nipple arm with the heavy flamers. So yeah, you could basically say he's got titty flamers. So wall of death from his titties, basically. So yeah, at least it's WYSIWYG, and people won't gripe about that. Especially when you have to fire the weapon from the nozzle. You've got multi-melters, las cannons. I don't really know what to say. Aside from that, he's a Space Marine inside a Space Marine because he's inside Centurion armour. I'm thinking about just defiling all this, not with a fire or anything, just with paintwork, just have it rusting and stuff like that for the shoulder pad there. You've got the jump packs. You've got the plasma cannon, the las cannon underslung. You've got the Chaos head, because I didn't want any of the Imperial heads inside, mainly because it's a Night Lord vessel. I chose the Centurion kit as well because I didn't want to do too much demony stuff with it. Pardon me. I wanted to do something that looked more like it's been salvaged, like Night Lords do, because whilst I really need to get down on the background for me stuff, because I do have a large section of paragraphs of like this whole dark comedy kind of thing of my Chaos Lord Caraxus ideology of the ends justify the means, but I'm gonna reveal most of it when I get it all painted, and I think people might really like what I've said, or what I've made for me background for my own warband Legion from the Night Lords, because it's a whole it's an added new dynamic. It's a bit different from the usual, from Adamski Borden's Talos to the usual like stereotype Chaos Renegade, I worship demons kind of thing. So yeah, as you can see, we'll move on to the next one. These are just ordinary ones. As you can see, this guy has a flamer, which I'll basically use for the flamer and the heavy flamer, as you can see, because, like I say, it looked too slapdash with the Champion, but my Champion was the one I first made, So it was kind of like learning not exactly where I went wrong, or more along the lines of how could I improve it from the initial design, because whilst I like it, I don't like it as much as the other two, which I'm showing right now, this one and the next one to come. So yeah, the plasma cannon, what I did was, I got the grav amp, not the grav cannon bit, the grav amp, cut off the whole front piece down. I got a plasma cannon, I cut off the plasma cannon to the start of the plasma charger, or whatever you call it, sawed it off with a hacksaw, plastic glued it on, and it went no problem. As long as you file it so that's flat and smooth, you shouldn't have a problem. Obviously, I've put bolt weapons inside because I think, you've got assault cannons, and I'm not sure if you've got any other bolt weapons on these. Underslung las cannon, straight from the box, no wiring or cabling, because I wouldn't be arsed with painting it, and it looks a lot more junky now, I think, and junky salvageable is what I was trying to aim with these models. So on to the next one. Now, I really like this one because of the whole underslung not grav amp, it's plasma cannon. But as you can see, where I've cut it at the start of the plasma charger bit, used hacksaw, cut it off, filed it off. Same with the grav amp, cut it off at the start so that I could file it off for a nice smooth edge. Glue them on, no hassle involved. As long as you file them, not to an angle, and make sure everything's straight and fine, should be fine. Again, that head was from a Possessed. The previous head from the one you've just seen was from a Warp Talon, and the first head on the Champion was from, I think, the Chaos Marine kit, but I could be wrong on that one. Again, flamer, I'm going to count that as a flamer and a heavy flamer for the purposes of WYSIWYG, because, again, I don't want it looking over the top to the point where it looks a bit slapdash like me Champion. Again, the titty flamer idea was good in theory and very WYSIWYG, but again, there's a reason why I labelled it the George Clooney look with the bat nipples. Especially when I'm talking about Night Lords, Space Batman and Punisher. So yeah, again, I didn't really add any iconography elements from the Centurion kit, because what's the point apart from defilation, which I just can't be bothered with. I'd rather just paint lightning bolts everywhere, if I was honest. Again, as you've noticed, the that looks a bit lumpy a little bit, but that's because I've used a file and I've just went in and just filed the whole detail off. I'm thinking about using the etched brass Night Lords stuff from Forge World and gluing them on the chest pieces of these two Obliterators, just to give a bit more of a Night Lords insignia-like look. Not sure when I'm going to get these painted, because again, like I say, if I'm getting the etched brass, that's going to take a while, maybe up to a week, but I've got to decide whether I want that etched brass or not, so these are probably going to be one of the last things I paint. So we'll go back to all three. So again, we have the boys in the hood, and those are my new Obliterators. Just thought, a bit more Night Lordsy look, looks nice. Even me first botched up attempt, it doesn't look too bad, and people are going to look at it, and once it gets painted, people aren't going to complain, I hope, too much about it. So yeah, those are my 3 Obliterators for the Ave Dominus Nox project. If you like what you're seeing, you want to see more conversions and more paint jobs on the Night Lords of my Warband Legion, then please click the subscribe button. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more conversions for me Night Lords and other factions such as Orcs and the Dark Mechanicum that I'm doing, which is basically both Adeptus Mechanicus and Cult Mechanicus, then please hit the like button and subscribe. And if you want to see other stuff such as battle reports, hopefully coming soon, I've just got to paint up all my stuff. And if you want to see more project videos and all that, please share this video across so that other people get the chance to see this video as well. This is the Warp Forge. Yep, signing out. And remember, keep on forging.